back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you all guys for subscribing to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I thank you for your love and for your support. If you are new to the channel, you're highly and very welcome. If you have not subscribed, please, I would appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button and then hit on the bell also on the side to get an update whenever I upload a new video. Okay guys, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to take an accurate body measurement. Most times on my DMs on WhatsApp, people come to me and then they tell me that the problem that they're having with sewing is taking accurate body measurements. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to measure yourself and then measure your client. So I'm going to show you how to measure. I'll use myself and then I'll use the mannequin, like this is a client that you're measuring. So both of them are almost similar. But I'm going to go ahead anyway and just show you how to do that. It is a simple video. This is a beginners friendly video. For those of you that want to come into sewing, this is a good video for you to watch. Okay, so if you want to register for our online classes, you can just see my number scrolling through the screen. Send me a message on WhatsApp and then I'll give you the details of the classes we have presently available. Okay, so guys, I outlined some all the different methods and the different parts that we're going to be measuring on my paper to make it easier so I don't forget. So the first measurement when measuring is your shoulder measurement. Like me, that's what I normally do. So I'm just going to use my own standard, my own way, and it has been working for me perfectly well. So when I want to measure myself, this is what I do. I'll just come like this. So I had to raise my dress up, just tie it up so your body is up. So I'll take from this tip point like this to this tip point. So you can just take away every excess. So this is how I take my shoulder measurement from here. You can see from this nip to this nip. This is how I take my shoulder measurement. So at the end of the day, mine is 13.5. So I'm just going to write it 13.5. And then if I'm taking for my client also, this is what I will do from this nip to this nip like this. So you can see for her is 14 inches. So that is how I do that. So I'm just going to run both of them simultaneously so the video is not too long. So the next measurement that I take is my bust circumference. That's my round bust. So if you are measuring yourself, for those of you that want to measure yourself, maybe you want to send your measurement or something, this is just the best way for you to like measure yourself. So you take your tape like this so you can see what I have here, and then I'll place it. If you notice, you can see there's a little bit of gap, but some people, they will just like tighten everything. No, once you tighten it, you're going to have problems. So I just loose, you can see. So you can see the back. You can see how it is. It is staying on this part of my back. So that is how, and then take it to the side and then make sure that you have that little space there. So for mine is 36, and then I'm going to go ahead and measure my client and see what we are going to have with her. So you can see when I tried measuring her, so you can see I still have that little bit of looseness on the side. So I have 34 inches. So that is what I measure. So I'll write my own measurement, which is 36. And then the next measurement I normally measure is my bust point, which point. So most times when I'm measuring, I'll just take, so that is from your shoulder. You put your tape like this on your shoulder and then you measure. Most times it's really embarrassing. The truth of the matter is that what I used to tell my client before I measure them, you make sure that you wear a very fitted bra. You can see the kind of bra I'm putting on is really firm and it push up all of the boobs. So that will give you an accurate measurement of your bust point. And then most times, because it is embarrassing, I'll just tell them, let them touch where they're on the tape, so they can just go ahead like this and then touch it. So mine here is 11 inches. So that is my bust point. So I hope you understand. That's your bust point, 11, that's your point. And then for my mannequin, so you can see what I have for her, I have 10 inches, so you can see. So the next measurement I'm going to measure now is from my shoulder to my under bust. So you just put your tape like this also, and then take it, let it come on top of your bust, and then let it stop under where your bra, you can see this is where my bra grip, that's, I don't know how to call it, that's the down part of my bra, that's where it is stopping. So I'll make sure that I stop it exactly there. I don't add any inches to it for my accurate under bust measurement. So you can see what I have. I have 14 inches, and then I'll just write it down. That's shoulder to the under bust. So I'm going to measure my client now and see what we have for her. You can see I have 13 inches. So most times when you do this measurement very well, they actually have standard. So it's usually 3 inches difference between your nipple point and your under bust. It's usually 3 inches. But people that are very busty, can be 4, can be 3.5. So when you measure very well, you see it fits in. But if it does not fit in, then something is wrong. So the next measurement I'm going to measure is my under bust measurement. This measurement is like key for me in sewing. It is key. I make sure that I take it really accurately well. So I'll take my tape like this, and then I'll bring it to my under bust, that part where the bra is that I was talking about. And then for this, like unlike the bust circumference where I give a little bit of gap, this I don't give any gap. I make sure that I measure it very tightly. This is what gives really perfect fitting on your garments. I measure it really tightly, so you can see the back. It is really tight. When I say tight, I mean really tight. So for mine it's 31 inches. And then for my clients, I'll measure it really tightly, like I explained. Really tightly, like this. I'll make sure that I'm not leaving any excess. I'm not leaving any excess. So for my client is 26 and a half. Okay, so no need for me to write that. So the next measurement that I measure is shoulder to half cut. This measurement comes in when you are making gowns, when you are making peplum. So at times people actually cut their garments, they cut them from the wrong places. So at times you find out that maybe the top part, that's from the shoulder to the half cut, is looking awkward. You find out that the dress is not fitting. Why it is not fitting is because they must have cut it. There are some people that have big protruding tummy. You don't need to cut on top of their belly buttons. Once you cut from on top of their belly buttons and then you place your half cut there, their stomach tends to protrude. So most times people with big tummies, you cut a little bit above your belly button. You understand? This is something that I've tried and it works perfectly well. Yes, I've tried it here. I can say that you cut above your belly button. Don't come to your belly button. And then when you come a little bit more than your belly button, it sometimes makes it with your dresses. You just notice that the dress does not have shape, but you don't even know what the issue is. So that's just it. So for mine, I'll take my tape like this, and then I'll place on my shoulder, and then I'll come. So this is my belly button. So for like me, I don't have my stomach is not really that big. So what I normally do at times, if I'm sewing for somebody that is not around, what I normally do, once I get their accurate under bust measurement, I can just add about 3 inches to their under bust. That's from shoulder to under bust. I'll add about 3 inches to it. That gives me a perfect under bust measurement. That's the half cut measurement for them. So for mine, this is what I normally do. I'll just put my tape like this, okay, and then I'll bring it here, and then I'll cut. Most times it's usually 17 inches. That's what I use, and it is always very perfect. So you can just place your tape like this also and just check it out. So you can see 17 inches, 17.5 is okay. But most times for people that are tall, you can go with 18 and then 18.5. So for my clients now, we'll see what we've got. So for her, this is her belly button. So I'm a little bit up above her belly button. So you can see, once I place my tape nicely, I have 17 inches, which is perfect. So you can see that 17 inches. If you take a good look at it, you see where it is running to. It is running to her waist. So that's a perfect waist. But most times, if you come down a little bit here, it's always a problem. It will make the dress not to look fine. Okay, so the next measurement. We're going to measure now is shoulder to our top waist. So for this is applicable when you are making skirts. when you're making skirts. So you take it like this, and then you come on top of your hip bone. And then when you are making a gown also, I normally take this measurement, because when shaping my gown, once I shape the chest, I shape my bust, I shape my under bust, I shape my half cut, I usually shape my waist, I usually shape on top of my hip bone. This actually gives the dress a perfect fit. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to do. I'm just spilling all of the secrets to you this morning. So I'll just take it like this, and then for me, and then I'll place it on top of my hip bone. This is on top of my hip bone here. So you can see I have about 23. So for my client, I'll take it like this, and then I'll bring it. This is her hip bone. So you can see this is her hip bone. So if you put your half cut here for any dress, that dress is going to be shapeless. So you need that measurement when you're making a gown. So I have that already, which is, I'm using for mine is 23 inches. So the next measurement is my shoulder to my hip. So this, you most times we normally have a standard measurement that we use from your waist. You just add 9 inches to get your hip area. That is nice, but you can still decide to just measure to be very sure of what you have. So you can see what I have. So this is how I would measure my hip measurement. So I'm just going to tick like this from here. Once you are measuring from for yourself, it's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit difficult to get that. So I'll just take the part where my hip came out more. You understand? I don't know what it is called. For those of you that know, you can drop it for me on the comment section, and then I'll just take it like this, so you can see I have about 25 inches. You see that it is accurate. So from here like this, for my client also, I will just take it and then bring it. So for her it's 26 inches. Okay, so the next thing, okay, I'll just write mine. Okay, so the next measurement, I think I need to remeasure mine. If you have a mirror, it is better to do this on a mirror. So mine is 27 inches. It's better for you to do this on a mirror. Okay guys, so the next measurement that I'll measure now is my hip circumference. And then I'm going to come like this. I would measure my hip circumference like this. So for mine, I have about 41 inches. So you can see it. Just allow it to move freely. Allow it to move freely up and down. This actually helps. Make sure that you are measuring the wide side of your hip. Make sure. So most times you see some people, they'll just tighten it like this and then measure it, because it's like, I want my hip to be tight. No, if you measure it like that, you are going to miss it. So for mine, I have 41. And then for my client, I would turn her over like this. So you can see for my client, she had her hip circumference is 39 inches. Okay. So the next measurement is from my shoulder to my knee. Most times when measuring this, if you are measuring for yourself, if you are making use of a mirror, it's good if you want to measure, just stand in front of a mirror. It makes it easier. But most times, if you are measuring for yourself and you don't have a mirror, just call somebody to measure it for you, because you are going to miss it, because you have to bend and you are not going to get that measurement accurately. So that's that. Most times I'll just call somebody to measure for me. So for my client, you just take your tape, put it across, and then you take it to the top of the knee. Depends on where you want it to be, and then you measure it that way. So for her it's 40. And then if you are making a skirt and then you want to measure the waist, most times I always advise, when measuring the waist of your skirt, measure on top of your belly button. From your belly button like this, and then you take it to the down part. Depends on how long you want that skirt to be. You just take it to the down part, down, and then you measure to the down part for your client. For yourself, you need somebody to help you measure, or you stand in front of a mirror and do the measurement. You just measure it. Or for me, most times I can just eyeball it like this with my tape on the floor, and just make sure that my tape runs on the floor. it runs on the floor like this. And then I can just say, okay, my full skirt length, I'm using 41 or 42. Okay, so that's for that. And then the next measurement, the last one, is your full gown measurement. So for your full gown measurement, you take your tape and then place it on your shoulder, and then make the tape run freely to the floor. Depends on how long you actually want that dress to be. You just take it down to the floor. So for your client also, you can ask them how long do they want it to be, and then just place your tape like this on their shoulder and then run it to the down. You can see my client is very top. The tape has even finished and it's still hanging. So you just take it to the down part. So for such clients, you can stop at 60 and then measure what you have from 60 downwards, and then add to it. So thank you so much. I hope this measurement has been helpful. I hope this video is helpful. Please, if you find it helpful, please do not hesitate to hit on the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate if you would do that. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in my next video.